All right, everybody, we are back here with Session 3 of the BHS Art Demo Digital Marketing Blueprint 101. And as I said, this is Session 3, Broadcast. That's right, Session 3 is all about broadcasting or uploading, optimizing, and publishing your video on YouTube. Now, if you haven't watched Sessions 1 and 2, please stop this video right now. Stop it and go watch those two videos and complete the assignments, because this really isn't going to help you if you have not completed those assignments. I mean, you can watch it, but the action step is to actually upload, optimize, and publish your video. Okay, so I would encourage you to go watch Sessions 1 and 2, complete those assignments, and then come back to this one and do the steps that we're discussing here. Okay, now if you have produced a video and you're ready to upload it, you're in the right place. Okay, so if you've already got a video and it's ready to upload, you can benefit from this. And if you don't have a video, you can still benefit because it lets you see what's coming ahead. All right, so it's time to get started. Now, you may have butterflies in your stomach, or you may even have grasshoppers if you've been eating some of those protein bars that Rabbi Ari unboxed in one of those videos. If you hadn't seen that video, you got to check it out. His reaction is great. So as you can see, I am logged into our test account up here, the account that I created in Session 1, I would believe, the art demo account, and you can see up here. So what you want to do now is that when you're on this home page, you can see I'm on the home page of youtube.com. Let me pull that out. It's a little distracting. Got a lot of tabs open right there. Don't worry about that. Nothing to see here. We'll sweep those under the rug real quick. Okay, now, so you're on this page right here. You want to click on your profile picture up here. Okay? All right. Then what you want to do, we want to take care of some housekeeping issues, so we make sure that we set ourselves up for the most success as possible. So now that we've clicked on the picture at the top right hand corner, we want to go down to YouTube Studio right here, YouTube Studio right here. Okay, right, and then we want to click on YouTube Studio. All right, as that loads up, you'll see that there are some things here on the left-hand side, right? So you see dashboard and playlist and comments, right? I would encourage you to go look through each one of those things and see what options are available. But what I want to bring your attention to is down here at the bottom where you see settings. That's right, down here at the bottom left-hand corner, you see settings. All right, you want to click on settings. Okay, now that we're inside of settings, of course, we see the US dollar. That's just the default limit. If you're in a different country, of course, change that accordingly, okay? But we're in US, we're spending those good Benjamins, greenbacks, so we're going to leave it right there, okay? All right, we want to work on our upload defaults first, okay? So this will save you a lot of time as you continue to produce more content. So you want to click on upload defaults, all right? Don't worry about the title, because each title that you pick will have, each video that you upload will have a different title, of course, okay? All right, and you don't really want to be so concerned about the description as well, unless, right, you have an external website or somewhere where you sell your goods, or a really strong call to action that you're going to put in each of the description areas of your video, okay? So that's where you would put that right there, but don't worry about it right now, because you'll come back later when you upload the video for each individual video and add some description there, okay? All right, so after we finish our description, we're going to drop down to visibility. So you can see the visibility is set on public. We want to change that immediately. Yes, we want to change that for our defaults, okay? We want to go down here and we want to click private. That's right, private. We want to set the visibility to private. The reason why we're selecting private as the default is because we don't want to serve any wine before it's time, right? To borrow from an old commercial. We want to make sure that we have everything optimized before we release. As the saying goes, you never get a second chance to make a first impression, okay? So we want to make sure that this first impression is good, not only for the people who will be viewing the video, but also for Google and YouTube, the search engine algorithms. We want to make sure that we feed them exactly what we want them to see from the very beginning. Okay. Once we go there, we want to add some tags. Okay. So for me, let's see, one of my tags would be spoken word. If I can type here. Okay, as you can see, once you hit a space, it's not going to add the until you hit enter. All right, because you could have a multi-tag for saying, so I want to go also poetry, right? Maybe poems or slam poems, right? Anything that I want to be seen for. Okay, remember, we don't want to overdo it here. Less is more. You want to be as specific as possible, right? And I would say 5 tags max, okay? Now that we've got those tags, we also want to, let's see, we want to click on these advanced settings here because that's it over there. All right, you want to pick your category. So you just pick, the categories are limited, so don't spend a whole bunch of time on there. Pick a category that fits you, if it's how to or style or whatever it is. And then, of course, you want to select your language. For me, it would be English. You got to actually scroll down here, right? So English, United States. I'm going to skip this certification. Community contributions, we're going to skip that. All right, and so that will finish out. That'll finish out that portion. Next, we want to click on channel. Okay, and as you can see, you've got some options here. Okay, so the first thing you see here is this the basic info. This is the name of your channel. If you were going to change the name of the channel, this is where you would actually change it. Okay, all right. So if you ever get to the point where you're ready to change the name of your channel, then you're going to go in the Google account and go through the process of renaming your channel. Okay, here you want to add keywords. All right, keywords are the search terms that your audience would use to find your type of art. Okay, and then you want to select your country. All right, and of course, I'm going to scroll all the way down here to the good old United States, right? Okay, we've got that. Then we're going to click over here to advanced settings. Okay, well, let's pay attention here. Okay, if you know that you'll never be making anything ever for kids, then just go ahead and pick this one right here. Okay, that way this will save you a step. This will save your step every time that you upload it because Google's going to ask. Okay, you can just click that right there and it'll be in your defaults every time that you upload a video. Okay, if you're making content specifically for kids, then you must choose the first option. Okay, you have to choose that option. YouTube is trying to protect kids from inappropriate content and from trolls and from creepy folks. So you want to make sure you get this right because you don't want to get your channel in trouble because you're making something for kids and you don't identify for kids. Okay, you want to go ahead and display the number of people subscribed to the channel. That's okay. The more you get, the more impressive it'll be, and you don't have to worry about coming and doing that a little bit later. Right now, you can skip the advanced channel settings, skip this, and don't delete. You definitely don't want to delete or hide your channel. Okay. When we click over here to branding, okay, branding. This is where you're going to upload a PNG or a GIF, right? So you can always have your branding on the lower right hand corner of your videos. Okay, I'll show you that a little bit later. I think no, I didn't upload something here, but if you go to the BHS channel, you'll actually see that you're watching here on the BHS channel, so you'll see the BHS logo in that bottom right hand corner. Okay, it's just a PNG file, right? Transparent background, so you can upload that. All right. Okay, now that you've got that, all right, the last tab is where we want to unlock some really cool features. Okay, so, and this is important, right? So if we go down here and we see that we're eligible to unlock some features, we'll click on that little button right there. Okay, this one is a really important one that we talked about earlier. This is where you unlock custom thumbnails. Okay, videos longer than 15 minutes. If for some reason you've got a really long training, you want to, this unlocks the opportunity to upload videos that are 15 minutes, and live streaming, which is an advanced tactic, then this is also where you unlock that too. Okay, so when you click on here, you're going to verify your phone number. All right, you'll pick your country, and then you'll pick text me the verification code, right? And then you'll enter your phone number here as I give an example right here. Put this off in here and hit submit. Okay. All right, once you hit submit, they're going to text you the verification code, and you're going to enter that 6-digit verification code on the next page. All right. Now, I'm not going to enter my number here because I don't want my number to be all over the interwebs when we publish this video, and because YouTube limits the number of times that you can use a cell phone for verification. Okay, you could actually call a landline. If you had a landline, you could actually call that. I think it's 2 of each, right? You can get 2 calls and 2 texts, right? And so I want to save my quota, my limit for a real channel that I'm promoting. All right. So once you do that, you'll hit submit. then you'll save that and it should bring you back out. I don't remember exactly, but it's going to bring you back out to the dashboard. If it doesn't bring you back out to the dashboard, then you just want to go right here, hit home, and now you're back out to the dashboard. Okay, then it is time for you to upload your video. All right, so we're going to go up here. You want to, let me show you that again. Up here, you see this create button, and depending on your channel, you may see a red camera up there, but you should see a camera, and if you hover it over, you should see create. Some buttons look a little bit different, and so just look for up here in this top right hand corner, and you want to hit create. All right, and when you hit create, you'll see you have two options: upload video or go live. We're not going live right now because that's the live streaming platform. We're uploading a video that was already pre-recorded. Okay, so we want to choose upload video. All right, this is going to be a bad example because I'm actually going to drag a video file in there, that the type of video file that I told you not to use, because it's going to be named with a crazy number. It's not an optimized video, but remember, your video should already be named. It should the same as the title of your thumbnail. Okay, so you're just going to you're going to find that video on yours. Remember, it should not be named like this video is named here. It should not be named vid underscore. All right, and you can drag it here over the white box and let it go. All right, or you can click the blue button and find it on your desktop or your downloads folder, wherever it is on your computer. And once you let it go, you can see that that will turn gray and the video will start uploading and processing. Okay. So now it's getting pretty exciting right now. Okay, so once you've got that video and it starts to processing, here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna copy and paste the title for your video and add it here. Okay, and then you're also gonna take your description and add it here. Okay, all right. Then we're gonna come over here to visibility. Okay, and as you can see right here, since I had a default, it's going to ask me, is this, I've got to answer this question before I can go on. So no, this video is not made for kids. I'm going to check that there, and it's going to let me go over. Okay, and then we're actually going to get down here. You can fill out these, is it a paid promotion, anything right there. Here again, for this specific video, you want to add tags to that video, right? You want to select language. All of this really should be put in if I must not have hit the save button on my settings, because that stuff should have put in. So you see me make a mistake there even going through here. So you want to make sure when you're doing your channel settings that you actually hit the save button and save those defaults in there. Don't do what I just did and make that mistake, because then you have to do it every time you upload the video. Okay, so this is where you would also add your custom thumbnail. All right, now when I click on this thumbnail, it's going to tell me that I can't do it because my channel is not verified. So I'm going to go ahead and want to verify my channel. You won't have that issue because your channel is already verified. Okay, as you can see down here, the video is processing right here. Okay, and now we want to go on over to visibility. Okay, the visibility is important, right? So right now, since I don't have the default save, if I had a default save, it would have been showing as private. Okay, so I'm gonna switch this back to private for right now. Okay, once you have everything ready and you're ready to go, you can go ahead and make it public immediately, or you can set it as a instant premiere, which will give the premiere option immediately. Or this is what I like to do. This is what we did. This is what we normally do. We will schedule this and set it as a premiere. And the reason why we want to do that is because we're trying to get the extra juice that Google allows us, right? Okay, so when we get this extra juice, and you can see now the video is processing and that thumbnail has come in, and you can actually see that's a great thumbnail. If we had that thumbnail with some words over it, it would be fantastic. Just a couple of words right there, okay? But you can see that's the thumbnail. It's showing emotion. Let me go back over here so you can see, because we did talk about this. Details. It's actually only pulled, there we go. It's pulled the other three thumbnails. Okay, so this is what I was talking about when we talked about the thumbnails in session 2, is that that YouTube will pull 3 thumbnails. It actually pulled a great thumbnail for this example, okay? When we go back over here to visibility, getting back to this, we want to set it as a premiere because it will actually send a notification to people who have subscribed to your channel. Now, you know, nobody's subscribed to your channel right now, so you don't really have to worry about that, but it will send a notification to people once they get subscribed to your channel. So you want to get in the habit of doing that so people will actually come to your channel, okay? So let's see. All right, the other thing that we can do here, all right, you know, we created those we created those end screens, right, in those end cards. This would be the place where you add either your end screen or add your card, okay? So we can import it from the video. So this is what I told you before. If you don't have a custom one created, then you could choose one from here. For some reason, it is not pulling that right now. Oh, there it goes. Just being a little bit impatient. Okay, and so you've got your video and subscribe button. If you had other videos on your channel, this is where you would use it. So if you have not created an actual card that you did inside of Canva, then this is the place where you would do it. So it's not pulling it right now, maybe because it's still processing, okay? But this is where you would add, there you go. So you would add this, you would add whether or not you wanted this to go to a video, a playlist, a channel, or a link, and that's where you would put that. So I'm going to discard changes right now, but this is the time that you want to spend on that, okay? All right, so that's where you would be able to add your card. All righty, so man, we are so close. We are so close to being finished with Session 3 and being live on YouTube. Okay. Another thing I want to talk about here in our details. And more options. I skipped that. All right, now we can come back here, add the tags for this specific video, and then we want to add our language, right? We want to add our recording date. And one of the reasons why we want to add a recording date is because we want to tell YouTube that this is fresh content in the day it was recorded. Okay, the other thing that we also want to do is add, if we have a brick and mortar location, so if you actually have a physical storefront where you sell things or that's tied to a Google My Business account, you want to go ahead and put that there. I'm going to show you what comes up when we type. All right, so for Baruch HaShem videos, I always put this in here, right? Because this just adds more authenticity and more authority to your channel. Okay, if you don't have that, then don't worry about it. It won't come up. Only these addresses that are verified with a Google My Business account give this option. But if you do, you want to go ahead and do this, right? Because this just gives you another level of credibility as far as YouTube is concerned. Okay, you got it? All right, so we've got everything that we've got. We've got everything up to this point, right? We've got all of this right here. All right, and so once we get that, right, you got your video uploaded, you want to go ahead and click this next button here. So let me go down here. I'm going to click the next button here. Next. All right, and we've got this scheduled to premiere. Good, it's out there. I'm actually going to push this out a little bit further because I don't want to forget. I'm going to come back here and delete this video and as soon as I finish recording this, but in the case I forget or something. All right, okay, now you think that this screen right here is really, really good. It's going to tell me the video. You want to copy this link, right? You're going to copy this link and send it to everybody that you know. No, you do not want to do that, right? No. So what you want to do is you want to tell your mom, tell your pa back in Arkansas, but you don't want to send them the link. This is an advanced ranking hack that I'm about to show you, right? You want to have them search for the video on YouTube using something close to the title that you provided. So let me go here, right? I'm going to go to YouTube. Now, this is not going to find. We're not going to be able to find this because it's not set to premiere. But I'm going to test this out here. So you want to do something like live $1 service. Okay, all right, so you can see right here, you want live $1 service. You want them to search that term, right? And then you want them to click on this. and you want them to watch the video all the way to the very end. Okay? Why? Because that's going to give you some serious SEO juice as far as YouTube's concerned. It's going to show that your video is relevant, right? That somebody actually searched for it, they scanned through the results, and they clicked on it, and they watched it all the way to the end. Okay, so it's very important that you tell, your mom, your pa, your sons, your daughters, your best friend, your dog, if he can get on YouTube, right? If your dog is that smart, to go ahead and do that, right? All of that is going to give juice to the channel. Once they watch it all the way to the very end, then you want them also to like it, okay? All right, you want them to give it a thumbs up, all right? You want them to come down here and subscribe to the channel, right? You want them to click on this button right here, subscribe to the channel, right? And once they subscribe, you want them to click over here on this, and you want them to get, right, all the notifications. All of this is very important. Then you want the person to come down here and add a comment, all right? Preferably that comment should be something related to material that you talked about in the video, okay? And preferably that person should ask a question so you can come back and answer that question in the video, because it's showing YouTube that you are relevant and that you are active, okay? All right, all of that is SEO juice, all right? All of that is SEO juice. The reason why we take the time to fill all of that out is going back to something that I learned in high school, all right? I learned something my senior year in high school. You look and say, wow, who gets all the scholarships? Somebody said, I heard you, somebody said, the smart kids get all the scholarships. That is not right. It's the kids that complete the scholarships that get all the scholarships. Operative word is complete, or fill in the blanks. Most often the kids who can't afford to go to college are the kids who complete all the scholarships. Why? Because their parents make them sit down and fill in all the blanks, write in all the essays, because they need the money. All right, so getting rewarded by Google and YouTube often comes down to completing the scholarship if all things are equal. Okay, so we want to make sure we don't leave any quote-unquote money or SEO juice on the table. We want to make sure that we complete the scholarships, and we want to make sure that the people who are supporting us help us with votes, okay? And all of those are votes. The like, the subscribe, the comment, that ask a question, all of those are votes as far as YouTube is concerned, as far as Google is concerned. So we're trying to make sure that we take advantage of the opportunities there to get our videos seen in the results. Okay. So that's it. You have officially launched your first video. You deserve a pat on the back. You have your first video posted on your brand new channel. So now, take a deep breath and relax. Okay, enough of that relaxing stuff, you lazy sluggard. No, I'm just kidding. But it is time to get back to work, right? It is never too soon to start brainstorming on your next video idea. Don't let the momentum go to waste. Keep collecting those empty jars, right? We talked about the widow who collected those empty jars and kept, and the Lord just kept filling them with oil, right? If you feel stuck, just start over in the blueprinting stage, or review the notes that you did when you did all that great research and homework in the remix strategy. Review those notes, look for the diamonds in the rough, and give yourself the space to create. Okay, before I wrap things up, I want to answer one question that came up this week. It's about the opening of your video. At the beginning of each video, the question was asked, how do I open up the video? Should I play a logo, bumper, introduction with some music? What should I do? That's okay, but it's not optimal, okay? At the beginning of each video, you want to make sure that you grab the person's attention and let them know that they're in the right place, okay? And so music won't necessarily do that. Graphics won't necessarily do that if it's just a logo. In marketing, we call that the hook. In storytelling, we call it an open loop. So a basic framework would be to put that hook and then have our bumper or our branding logo intro, right? Just think about how the news, how when you're watching TV and the news tells you what's about to come up before they roll that reel, or think about how your favorite show on Netflix actually opens with that opening scene, and then they roll that opening credit or that opening branding. Okay, from there you want to go into your intro. So you want to tell people what's happening in this video, what they can expect, and why they should stick around to the end. You want to open up a loop to make sure that the people watch the video all the way to the end. Then you want to deliver your amazing content, okay? And at the end, you want to go with a question of the day. That's right. You want to go with a question of the day because you're trying to get people to comment in the video so YouTube will see you as relevant. Plus, you're trying to get engagement with your audience because the video is just a one-way form of communication. By you asking questions, you're getting your audience to communicate back to you. So a question of the day is a really, really good thing. You can ask them, what did they find relevant about that video? Do they have any suggestions to build upon the things that you said? Okay. And then you want to come in with your conclusion, tell them what you told them, tell them what the video was about, and you want to come with a strong call to action. So tell them where they can find your materials to buy it, tell them how they can get in contact with you, give them your Cash App, right? So they may want to send you some money to continue to support your channel. Tell them to subscribe to your video, to your channel. Okay, that's a strong call to action. Okay, now let's go back over this. So the basic framework of your video: the hook, the bumper, which is your branding, your intro, your content, the question of the day, and then your conclusion with a strong call to action. Okay, and that's how you want to wrap up your content. So that question was submitted. I want to make sure that I spent some time on that because I know if one person had that question, then that's it. Okay, well, we have come to the end of the Digital Marketing Blueprint 101 series. This is the last of a 3-part series. If you have any questions, you can put those in the comments. And like what I did right there, you can put those in the comments below the video on the YouTube channel, okay? And my last words to you are, why wait? Create a brand that resonates. Shalom.